how do you do that?
I love that GIF.
I don't get it. I don't get
That
it.
GIF has been around for like 2 years.
What do you mean?
What does it mean?
It's all on Odme. I don't understand.
Yeah, they're putting all in on me.
All in on you?
Yeah.
But for what? Like the 602?
For anything.
For anything. Okay, got
It's
it.
just all in on me, please.
All in on Odme, please. Okay. Welcome back to JLB Podcast. My name's Joker. Me when Needle doesn't fucking introduce himself. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Needle.
Alright, thank you so much, Needle.
Sorry. I had to swap Wi-Fi real quick.
Okay, you're good. Should we restart then?
No, we can keep
No,
going
let's
with
go.
this
Alright.
one. I'm fine
Alright,
with this
so
intro.
just so everyone is aware, if you want to join the Discord, it's in the link is in the description. You can listen to the episodes live before they premiere the following Tuesday. Anyway, this podcast we have on someone who really needs no introduction. I say that every fucking time, but this guy, he is
Dude, you say it every episode.
he is the #1 player in the multiple Mario speedruns leaderboard.
In the world, honestly.
He's like the greatest Mario player in the world, probably. Odme, welcome to the podcast.
I'm goated.
Or the
I like
Podme,
Mario
I guess.
a lot. I like Mario a bit too much.
Today.
Yeah, we're doing the JLB Podme. But
Yep. Skeleton doesn't know who I am. I literally beat your ass in Shell Rush SM64, man. Like,
Yeah, you got destroyed, honestly.
They'll see that on Bizarrescapes channel.
Yeah, we all heard about it. It was pretty embarrassing, honestly. I'm just saying.
Alright, so this podcast we're gonna pretend like the speedrun community hasn't been a shit show for the last 48
Oh
hours.
my god, okay.
Oh God, yeah.
Listen,
Thank you.
I made my one meme tweet of like the and more, and it's literally just Spider-Man holding the bus from crashing into somebody. I made that tweet and peaced out right there. I was like, I'm gonna just let Twitter do its thing.
It's just so much has happened. It's really unfortunate what's happened to some people, like GTA's.
Yeah.
But
However, that's okay because next week it will all be repaired when we all go to PACE.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure his thing is
asterisk.
happening right before PACE.
It's like the last day of the event is the first day of PACE, so
That's crazy.
it barely counts.
Yeah, and I'm guessing people who are watching PACE probably aren't watching Ludwig.
And vice versa.
And
I mean,
vice
you
versa.
never know. I might watch like some of Flood's event, like on the 31st, but I'm gonna be doing so much shit at PACE the next 2 days. I doubt I'll have time to even pull it up.
Yeah, I might
I'll be tuning into that too.
I might check out a little bit. Like, I'm excited for Nifsky's run, but I don't expect to watch any of like the big streamers. I don't really care to see them because I already see them every day.
I'm a huge Simply enjoyer, so if he shows up at any point, I'll probably watch.
I will watch Simply and Liam. That's true. Anyhow, Odme.
Hi.
So,
What's next?
What is your favorite Mario game in the 3D series?
From a casual standpoint, it's Odyssey, no question.
Let's go.
Odyssey is just my favorite game ever, casually.
Really?
Like I think honestly, I said this multiple times, if not for the absolutely horrendous motion controls, I think Odyssey would be a perfect game. Like literally just perfect. But the motion controls are like my one nitpick with it that just I can't stand. I hate that they're just so mandatory at times, or at least borderline mandatory, that it really brings down the game from being like absolutely perfect in my eyes. Like I don't think I've had a first playthrough of a game that was as magical of an experience as I did with Odyssey. Like I was like playing that game because it came out when I was 15, so I was a sophomore in high school.
I was
literally bringing my Switch to school and playing it as much as I could, and then I just got back home and played it until like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It was like October 2017, right?
October
I would have been a sophomore as
21st.
well.
27th, actually.
I'm fucking stupid. But
I was also a sophomore. That's crazy.
I was 11.
Yikes. We got a
Love-
youngin in the call.
I'm 18, all
Yeah,
right, man. Don't
I'm not a
worry.
baby in the
Look,
call,
man.
dude.
All I gotta say is you guys are fucking old as shit. You could be my
No,
grandpa.
no.
dude.
You're just mad. You're just mad because
I'm just mad.
you were
Oh, am I?
born- Look, brother, man.
That is kind of a weird thing.
Don't
to
be
think
upset
about.
because you were born after Thousand Year Door, okay?
Oh my god, dude.
That is kind of a weird thing.
At
to
least
think
I'm
about
young enough to
that,
know what
I've
skibbity toilet is.
been
Bro.
around. I've been around the community for so long, like probably almost 10 years at this point.
Mhm.
I didn't really start
Yeah.
interacting with people until like about like 2015. Because at that point I was old enough to not get banned on Twitch. And
Yeah.
then and then I just like I've been around for that long, and because of that, a lot of people that I've known for a long time don't actually realize how young I am in comparison to them. Like I tell them I'm 22 and they're like, you're fucking lying. I've known you for like almost 10 years. You are not 22 years old.
That's so funny.
Yeah. We learned a few podcasts ago that isn't Rox also 22?
Yeah, I think we're the same age. And Hex is like
2002 gang?
Hex is
Question mark?
21 the week after Pace or something.
That's crazy.
Are you guys 2002?
I
Or is
am
2001?
March 2002. I just
Wait,
What?
what day? What day?
the 28th.
Damn.
Oh, 20.
Oh.
Okay, you're older than him by
I'm-
20
I'm-
days, Needle.
Yeah, I'm March 8th.
And you're older than my sister, or you're younger than my sister by 15 days. Oh my god, Odme,
That's
I can set you
crazy.
up with my sister.
All
Why
right, chill.
Why would you
Odme can
do
be my
that?
brother-in-law?
Why would you do that, bro?
So Odyssey is your favorite game casual-wise. What's your favorite game speedrunning, or like favorite game
Uh,
Mario speedrunning-wise?
Sunshine, also not
Yeah.
really a competition. Sunshine just will never
Sunshine,
be
I get
topped.
it.
I don't think it ever will be for me.
That's fair.
There's some bias because it was my very first speed game that I ever played, but it's just like the movement is literally just perfection. Like you can't, not even 64 or Odyssey for that matter can top Sunshine's movement. I would probably put Odyssey at like third, below 64 and Sunshine.
With Galaxy
SMS
being the
help
worst.
agree.
It's SMS is just the peak of speedrunning for me. I love it to death.
And then
I haven't really
Galaxy-
been playing it as much recently because I got like my main goal, which was sub 3 and 120 shines last year. And after that, I
Nice.
lost so much motivation. I was like, what the hell do I do now? So I have not really put a lot of time into Sunshine since then, but it will always be my favorite. Unless the next 3D Mario game, because God forbid that actually happens. Please, Nintendo, make one. Unless
We're
that
due for
somehow
one.
tops Sunshine for speedrunning, I don't think it'll ever be beaten.
Yeah, I don't really know where they're gonna go. I can't think of an like where they're going to go with.
For a while,
Mario.
I thought it was just gonna be like straight up Odyssey 2.
I
I would
really
have been
thought
perfectly
so.
fine with that. But it's been so long at this point, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's
No.
gonna be a brand new game
Because
for the
it,
next console.
Odyssey 1 had a 6-year development time, and we're now 7 years since Odyssey. So if they were gonna make an Odyssey 2, it probably would have come out by now.
Yeah, and the main reason
Most
I
likely,
think
yeah.
that as well is because Galaxy 2 came out 2.5 years after the first game. So
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that ship has kind of sailed. So I don't really know where they're going to go. I do think they're going to have a different sidekick because, like with Sunshine, they had Flood, and then Galaxy, they had the Luma, and then Cappy
Yeah.
with Odyssey. So
man, that makes me sad to think about because I love Cappy.
I
He's
do
like
love
probably
Cappy.
like Flood.
Cappy's cool.
Flood is great. I love Flood, but especially for speedrunning. But I think Cappy is definitely the best gimmick / companion.
Yeah.
Mario's had.
And
Like
Cappy
the-
had
the
such
capture-
a personality.
The capture thing has just unlimited potential, and the fact that they're probably going to drop it
seriously.
after one game is just sad.
Swag said Cappy
What is Swag
low-key
thought about?
racist.
What is Swag on
How is
about?
Cappy low-key racist, bro? What?
Where's your evidence?
Where is your proof? Is it? It's not in the pudding. I
Yeah.
checked.
I
Did you hear
Yeah,
the
that
shit
also
he
makes
be
me-
saying?
Bro, you think
Okay.
we read dialogue? Speedrunners, bro. Like,
Cappy
we
literally
don't
just goes,
read.
"It's a min."
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
like,
he sounds like.
You know,
Oh yeah, that's definitely like some crazy shit.
every time Bowser is mentioned, he's like, "But Bowser."
Yeah.
He speaks Japanese.
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 I haven't heard that one. Weirdly.
Crazy.
But I
That
I don't know if it's going to be
Yeah,
a launch title for the next console. We did have
I
this
honestly
discussion
think
a
it
few.
will be. I think there's a pretty good chance that it's a
yeah,
launch title.
it's not 100, but it's not 0 either. But it's a high chance, I say.
I think Prime 4 has a better chance of being, or as in
I
Metroid
don't know,
Prime
man.
4.
That's
Of-
a rough prediction because
That-
like
yeah, it's a rough
yeah,
prediction.
Metroid. Ever since Dread came out, Metroid's definitely gotten more popular, and Prime
Yeah.
4 is just like this meme that people are waiting for at this point. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna do all that well sales wise compared to if they just launched with a Mario game. That's just like the safe bet for them. Maybe Prime 4 comes out like a few months after the next console, like Mario Kart did. Because
Yeah.
8 Deluxe was not a launch title for the Switch. It came out like a
No.
month and a half after, and it's one of the
Yeah,
best
something
selling
like
games in
that.
history. So
That's true because
True.
Prime 4, that's not if it's the launch title, like the launch title of the system, that's not going to be a console seller. I feel like they'd be
It won't
smart
be,
to
yeah.
they'd be smart to release 3D Mario.
or
because that'll
they could just be
sell
like, "Hey,
Switch
watch
games.
this," and release Mario and Prime 4 both as
That
launch
would be
titles.
crazy.
That'd be wild if they did that.
I can't believe that 1-2 Switch didn't come with the Switch, like Nintendo Land came with the Wii U.
That
That
should have.
was
Yeah, that was kind of a no-brainer. I don't know why they didn't just do that.
It was an extra $60 for that fucking shit ass game.
Okay, but
Bro.
compared to everybody 1-2 Switch, that game's a masterpiece.
That's true.
Ain't no way.
I've seen.
I forgot
I've
about that.
I've only seen gameplay of it, and it looks so fucking boring.
I know.
Could you imagine? Oh, that sucks. Getting that game.
One of the features of everybody 1-2 Switch was like smartphone compatibility, and one of the mini games is like it had to do with your camera roll on your phone, so people could literally just upload like
porn.
uncensored dick pics to the Switch and just have it on full display.
Let's
For
fucking.
the
That's
game.
wild.
Wait, I need this
What the
game. Hold on. How
hell?
much is this?
How much?
$30.
Game is
Probably
all of a
like
sudden
30
good.
bucks.
The original was 60. No wonder they gave it a price reduction.
Well, when they did like play tests and stuff, everybody was like, "Nintendo, this is the worst thing
this
I've ever
fucking
played."
sucks. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
I feel like
I
Nintendo couldn't
Yeah,
have
I got-
developed that. That must have been a third party, or they outsourced
Surely,
it
right?
to a third party.
surely.
Surely,
we'll believe that.
surely they did not have a subsidiary of Nintendo Limited develop
I don't know,
everybody
kinda-
1-2 Switch instead of working on Mario.
no, I do not think the 1-2 Switch and Mario teams come from the same people.
I really hope they don't.
There's no way.
Like, I think the people who work on Mario do stuff like Pikmin and maybe Zelda as well,
Pikmin.
and like
Yeah.
the Donkey Kong games to some extent. I think it's mostly just Mario and like Pikmin stuff though.
I also Pikmin. Anyway,
I'd love to see a new Donkey Kong though, for sure.
that would be cool. A new Donkey Kong Country. Last time we
Shit's
got was
never
Tropical
happening,
Freeze.
man.
Or just like a 3D DK
Tropical
game. We
Freeze
haven't
is
had
10
that
years
since
old. You gotta let
64.
it go.
That's true. Wasn't there a 3DS one after Tropical Freeze? Or that was Tropical
Yeah.
Freeze as well.
No, it was Country
That
Returns on
Just-
3D.
No, that
Oh,
was just
you're right.
Country Returns. Yeah,
Man,
DKC
They had a re-
is
they had a really
fucking
funny
we
habit.
need another.
They had a really funny habit of re-releasing Wii games for 3DS because they did it for Kirby as well.
All right. Hear me
Oh my
out.
God,
next
extra
Donkey Kong game. It's gonna be called Donkey Kong Banana Bingus or something, and
I
it's gonna
mean-
be 3D on the Switch.
Like, hey, we got a new Monkey Ball next month, so that's like
Really?
sort of
For
Donkey Kong.
real.
That's not that. Hey, that's racist. You just compared
No, it's
the same
not.
species of animal and just called them the same
That's
thing.
not. That's not. What are you talking about? That's Donkey Kong.
Species.
You're actually just dumb.
Speciesism. I don't know. I'm out of. I don't know. It's lost me. There's got to be a
I have
word for that.
in the Waluigi costume. Let's go.
What is racism but for species instead of race?
I guess I don't know. I guess it would. I actually don't know.
How cool? Ooh, I just thought of something. How cool would it have been? For those who don't know, as of recording this, the Thousand Year Door HD came or released yesterday. Odme has been playing it for 40 hours straight.
With sleep, okay.
With sleep. It's not the 602.
Same though. I'm right there with you.
But how cool would it have been if it had like amiibo functionality like Miitopia had, where you can have different costumes?
As
on
long
Mario.
as they were only for costumes, sure.
That would
But
have been so cool. I
please
don't know.
never lock things behind amiibo again, Nintendo.
I'm coping that they
It would-
do more amiibo costume things because they removed it from Mario Maker 2.
Mario Maker 2 is such a I almost said it's such a bad game, but
It's
like
not a bad game. It's just
it's just so boring. Like I lost so much interest in it within like 2 months. I
compared to
played the
Mario
shit
Maker
out of
1.
Mario Maker 1
Yeah.
in comparison. Like 2 did pretty much nothing to me.
Mario Maker
Like,
1 had so much personality, and it felt like it just lost it all in Mario Maker 2.
yeah, and the Switch was so successful in
agree.
2019 that Nintendo considered Mario Maker 2 a flop when it sold 8 million copies. Like they were like,
That's
yeah, this
wild.
undersold drastically. And I was
If
like,
they
holy
considered it a
shit.
flop, no wonder they stopped updates on it so soon.
Yeah, they stopped supporting it after like 9 months.
I thought it was longer than that. I think it was like a year and a half.
Nah.
Because they stopped
it was
it
pretty
early
quick.
early 2021 and it released in July 2019. So it was a year and 6 months. I'm so quick maths, bro.
Either way, that game is dead.
Yeah,
in my eyes.
it definitely had way less I feel like even less care put into it than they did with Mario Maker 1.
Well, yeah, because they were just like, oh well, Mario Maker was one of the only reasons people bought our last system, so let's just put that on something that's actually doing well.
Yeah. For the Wii U, the Wii U story is really unfortunate. There was only like 4 console sellers
Yeah.
for that system, and they were or 5, I guess. It would have been 3D World, Mario Kart 8, Smash Bros, Splatoon to an extent, and then Mario Maker. But
Splatoon was like a wild card, and it somehow paid off tremendously. Like
yeah,
the fact that they launched a brand new IP on their worst console ever, and now it's like one of their mascots is pretty nuts.
it is really crazy. What I find even more crazy is that the Wii U only sold, I think, 12 million copies, give or take. And somehow Splatoon sold like 5 million copies. So half of the Wii U player base owned Splatoon for some reason.
I mean, it was probably just it was 2015, which was one of Nintendo's worst years ever. So they were probably just like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just get this new game, see what it's like. And then they're like, holy shit, this game is a banger. And
Yeah.
that was kind of me with Splatoon. I got the first one, and I was like, oh my god, this is like actually worth a Wii U. And then Splatoon 2 came out, and that was one of my most played games of 2017. And then I stopped after like 300 hours almost. And then 3 came out. I dropped that shit after like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was not a big Splatoon 3 guy.
I do think that each game has gotten progressively better, but I've also cared about each game progressively less.
Yeah, I definitely think I need to like tell myself whenever Splatoon 4 happens to not buy it, because I just know it's gonna be the same exact thing as 3. I'm gonna play it for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna be addicted in my eyes, and then I'm gonna be like, holy shit, this game's like actually not that fun, and then I'm gonna stop.
Going off of like what Swag said, the Wii U was really good at a lot of things. He mentioned VC, Virtual
Oh yeah,
Console.
if you,
I disagree. I don't think Virtual Console was good at all.
well, I see why, because the gameplay itself sucks because there's input delay out the ass. But like
It emulated the games terribly. They looked like shit.
in terms of the amount of games you can play on the Wii U just alone,
In
even
terms
throwing
of the
gameplay aside,
concept
it's
of
pretty absurd. Like
the concept of Virtual Console, that's good. That's fine. The execution of Virtual Console I did not like.
Like
And I think
I
they
hacked
could've
my
done
Wii
better.
U like I don't know, a year ago now at this point. Well, actually no, it was a lot longer than a year ago, but I didn't really do anything with it until about a year ago, and I got like my home menu is just flooded with so many VC games.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Kind of what mine looks like
I
right now
just
as well.
learned a couple months ago how to inject games into my Wii U for Virtual Console, and now I have like pages of different Game Boy Advance games I want to play.
Yep.
I do think that the Game Boy Advance, that's something I agree with you, Swag, on. The DS and Game Boy Advance Virtual Console were really good.
DS being on a home
Yeah.
console is pretty ridiculous. Like
It
that's
was,
that's
Yeah.
so crazy to
but
me.
also it worked somehow.
Like, I was able to do 2 really awful 150-star runs of 64 DS on Wii U because my PB is like a 554 or something. Never again until I do it in 4 more years or 3.
What
Yeah,
category
that doesn't
is
sound
that?
fun at all.
What multi Mario category is that in?
I mean the only one it's really in is handheld series any percent, but I've never
I
running
guess
that.
besides that, the 2405, but no one's doing that except for Joey
No.
and
No. Both times I did it were just a one-off race with some friends. I did it with like one other person in 2020, and I did it with a big group in 2023.
the
And
2405.
Yeah,
no, just
Oh,
64
60, I
the
was
DS.
gonna say.
64 DS. Yeah.
I'm never doing.
We
2405.
actually did that. We actually did that a while ago. We did we had like a bunch of people and we raced 64 DS 150. It was actually not that bad. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
The gamepad definitely makes the controls less awful, but it doesn't really help.
It's
that much.
it's still
Yeah,
a game
saying
made
it's
for
bad.
D-pad.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, no,
was-
it wasn't. It was not a game made for the D-pad.
Well, it's 64,
Well-
but
Yeah, I think what you meant to say was like, yeah, they had to use a D-pad in the game that was obviously meant for analog controls.
yeah.
Because God, I don't know what
I
the hell
don't
they were
really-
thinking.
I
They just needed to sell that DS. That's what it was, bro. They need to sell the DS.
It seems like 64
That
was
was.
just like their tech demo thing.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, you can say that about it.
Because
You can say
then
that about quite a few games.
it was like, oh, this is like an actual game console. Look, it's running Mario 64. Like, you know.
Like,
Does
what
that
do you
mean
like? Can you like elaborate a little bit? I'm not sure what you mean.
because handheld gaming was very primitive at the time. The last
Oh, you meant 64 DS. Okay, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, 64 DS. Did you think I was talking about normal 64?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
64 DS. I'm
On
sorry,
the DS.
my bad. But look, it's like, wow, look, that tiny thing is playing Mario 64 on it. Wow,
Yeah.
I can buy this and play whatever I want, and then you couldn't play whatever you want. I don't know. I'm a DS hater. Fuck the DS.
Well, the DS hates you, so it's okay.
What the fuck? What did I do?
You literally just said you hated the DS, bro. Yeah,
DS goated.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm a big 3DS.
I
fan.
love 64 DS personally, but I hate the controls. That's what everyone says. Everyone hates the controls, and it's kind of true.
Never mind. I like the DS again. I just remembered it brought Rhythm Heaven to America.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you sure?
I never
Yeah,
played the DS one, but I have played Fever and Megamix, and
Dude.
I liked Megamix. I played it like a year ago or something, but Fever, holy shit, that game is so good.
You liked Fever and
Fever is-
Megamix?
Fever's
Yeah,
good.
but I like
Don't
Fever
play
more.
DS.
Fever on Wii is just amazing.
As someone who likes all of the games, I wouldn't play DS. It has a very weird control scheme.
Oh, I doubt I ever would, because I played Megamix, and that's basically just DS enhanced.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They adapted the games into there pretty well. You have to hold your DS sideways to play it.
Oh, that's weird.
You hold your DS sideways, with like the top screen in your palm and the bottom screen in your finger area.
They were obsessed with that shit, with like Brain Age and
Yeah.
all that. The
And then you
sideways
have to like
DS.
and then you have to like flick your finger or your stylus with the games, with the rhythm games. I love Rhythm Heaven to death, but I don't like that control scheme.
That's kind of real.
Yeah,
Yeah, sideways DS sounds like a pain.
which it's weird too because Megamix also had an option to play. I've never tried it, but it had an option to play with the touchscreen, and I don't know what it does or how it works.
I think it just replaces the buttons you have to press with the touchscreen. That's it.
It just puts the buttons on the touchscreen.
Pretty much. You just
Yeah.
tap instead of pressing a button.
Probably. Don't know why they would use that instead of. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
That might be optimal for speedruns because then you can just use 2 fingers to tap your screen instead of, or to go past text at least, instead of pressing A.
That's probably true. Yeah, I can see that.
And I guess maybe it's like an accessibility option. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to make another Rhythm Heaven game. Like, if there's not a Rhythm
Should
Heaven
be
game
the
on
Switch
Switch
2
2,
launch title.
it should. Rhythm Heaven.
Bro, honestly, I'd be so down if that was a launch
I
title.
don't even know what the next game, Rhythm Heaven game would be called. Rhythm Heaven, I don't know, the flu. Rhythm Heaven
Yeah.
Fever and Rhythm Heaven the flu.
Rhythm
What?
Heaven-
The
Rhythm,
flu?
Rhythm Heaven Corona.
Rhythm Heaven Corona.
That's crazy.
Rhythm Heaven COVID.
Hey, no way. That's crazy.
I'm seriously gonna riot if there's none of one of the following on the next Switch: Rhythm Heaven, Tomodachi Life, Miitopia sequel.
The same thing.
Utopia would go so hard. Oh
What'd
my
you
god.
say? What'd you just say to me, Abmi?
Miitopia and Tomodachi Life, the same.
They are
fucking
not
thing.
the same
Nah!
fucking game, bro. Do
Just
not say that
Mii's.
to me.
It's just Mii's.
It is Mii's, but
Hey,
they're two
no
way different
way.
games. Miitopia is like what god genre
Miitopia
is
is like if you
Miitopia?
took
RPG?
should
Tomodachi
pretend-
Life and we're like, hey, let's make this not fun.
They should
Miitopia's
pre-
really I 100% that game, dude.
They should pretend that like what should I call it? Shit. What there was like a game that Nintendo Switch pretend that doesn't exist and just
Nintendo
start
Switch
start
Sports.
again. They should just start
Pretend
again.
Mii's don't exist.
Pretend that Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't exist.
I'm a
Oh,
firm
yeah.
believer that Switch Sports is Nintendo's worst game they've made in the last 20 plus years.
Absolutely
I'm not gonna lie.
So-
I agree.
It is so dog shit. Like
Okay, so
from Nintendo themselves, not just like
It's
released
not
on
that good.
a Nintendo
Okay,
system.
I guess
like
that's
a
kinda
game
fair.
that Nintendo made, it is their worst game they've made in probably the last 20 years because it is
Yeah, it's,
so fucking bad. Like
it
Everyone
I can't
was
believe
so
I spent
hyped.
$30 on it.
everyone was hella hyped for it, and then it came out, and everyone's like, "What is this, bro?"
I do think
3 of the 6
um,
sports are the exact same thing. Like
Yeah.
why?
or
God.
It's like badminton, tennis, and volleyball are all the same fucking sport.
they have
That's the same
badminton and
sport.
tennis.
Yeah, what?
It's so.
I can
stupid.
understand tennis and volleyball being 2 different things, but they have badminton and tennis.
Unfortunately, yes. Probably the only
Dude,
thing
no
worth
way.
playing that game for was like
Golf.
soccer.
Oh,
Well, golf. The thing about golf is that was a thing that came out after the game release. It was like one of those
What were
finish
they
it later
thinking?
type updates, and
Yeah.
it didn't even come out when they intended it to, which was the fall. It came out like a year later.
yeah.
When nobody was playing it anymore.
Jesus. I think
that early, I think it was 2022. That early 2022 release schedule for Nintendo was just the most depressing thing to see because they did Switch Sports, which was bad, and then like a month and a half later, you got Mario Strikers Battle League, which was just that made me cry how bad it was.
Switch Sports was really bad. I don't think it compares to the dark age of Nintendo for any Scott the Woz fans out there. Those 3 games are Animal Crossing,
I don't.
Amiibo Festival.
Okay, well, I do not think Ziplash was made by Nintendo. First off, but
Is it?
honestly would say Switch Sports is worse than Ultra Smash and Amiibo Festival. Like
Hold on, I gotta see if Ziplash is.
it's
moving.
just that bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Because at least Amiibo Festival and Ultra
Sure.
Smash, you can kind of get like some enjoyment out of how bad they are.
Okay.
Switch
Ziplash
Sports
was
is
made
terrible.
by Ziplash was made by Skip Limited, which is a subsidiary of Nintendo. But
Yeah, but it wasn't made by Nintendo EPD or whatever the fuck.
EAD.
The fuck.
You did not just say Skivity Limited. Oh my god. I fucking hate you, Droz. Okay, but as I was saying, is Switch Sports a better game than Ultra Smash?
No,
No?
I would probably put
No.
Ultra Smash above Switch Sports.
What about
Like,
Amiibo
I'm-
Festival?
I literally just said I think both those games are less bad than Switch Sports.
That's crazy.
Like they're bad, don't get me wrong. Like they are like 2015 very much was the dark age of Nintendo, but like
Alright,
oh
but
my
what about
God,
Mario
like,
Galaxy?
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Listen, Galaxy is one of the
What?
worst speed games ever. But in terms of
Brother.
casual, that game's fucking phenomenal, and I will never stand for slander of it. It's probably my least favorite of the 3D Marios still, but I still adore that game. It's just Galaxy 2 does literally every
What,
single thing
bro?
conceivable better.
What?
What is
this
thing the
image
swipe
of
just
Swag
sent?
sent, bro?
Wet yourself.
But I mean, for speedrunning, Galaxy's just it's horse shit, dude. It's so bad.
I can see why people would agree with that.
As somebody who
Yeah, it
has
is a very
7 years of experience, probably more at this point, actually, like almost 9 years of experience with running Galaxy, I can vouch that it's terrible.
Wow.
Now Galaxy 2,
Yeah.
that's a bit different. That game's goated.
I'm trying to think.
Long, but
Yeah,
Bad video games.
every time we mention Galaxy, Droz gets sick to his stomach, starts throwing up in VC. It's really funny.
What about Star Fox Zero?
Every time.
see,
We don't
my
talk
only
about
experience with
Star
Star
Fox
Fox Zero is watching Emerald speedrun it like once a year, and he never finished his runs because the game's too hard.
It's too hard.
Imagine your most recent game being like dog shit. It's fucking Star Fox, bro.
I mean, has Star
Poor
Fox
Star
had a
Fox.
good game?
I feel
besides
so bad
64?
for Star Fox fans. Star Fox 1 was
Good
pretty good.
question, Odme.
Star Fox 1 was pretty good. Star
That's
Fox
such
2
a
was
good
unfinished.
question.
Well, I meant
It
since
did.
64.
It does exist though. Star Fox 2 does exist.
Since
I believe
64,
they finished the game. and
I
technically-
released
was
it.
talking about, has any Star Fox game after 64 actually been good?
Star
That's
Fox
my
2.
question.
No.
It technically
2
released after 64.
Because like you had
They released in
Assault,
like
and
I
then,
think it was like 20. Was it 2015 or 17? I can't
17.
remember.
it was whenever the NES
Yes.
Classic came out.
The SNES Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping they'd make more classic consoles like that. I loved those things.
GameCube Classic, that would have been fucking
The
insane.
GameCube Classic, that would have been so
GameCube's
Just
already
around that
tiny as hell as it
tiny-ass
is.
lunchbox.
Yeah. Bro.
An N64 Classic would have been so cool. It would have had.
I
even
thought that
less
was
games
I
on
thought
it.
that was a thing for the longest time.
No, you might be
was
thinking
so
of the
confused that
PS1
it wasn't.
Classic or whatever they called it.
No, I was thinking of the N64 Classic. I thought
Weird.
that like it was a thing because people were talking about it. It was like a rumor going around.
What is your opinion on me on if Nintendo might add GameCube to NSO?
Not happening.
Not yeah.
Not going to ever.
No. If they do, I don't think I would.
Like, and you know why it's not going to happen?
Why is
Because
that?
look at the sales of fucking 3D All Stars. First off, Metroid Prime remastered, and probably soon to be Thousand Year Door. Like, they know they can get away with charging full price for GameCube remasters, so they're not going to bother with just porting them. Like, what's the fucking point of that?
Kind of real.
Well, they also ported 64 and put N64 NSO.
Yeah, but the thing about
but that's
GameCube
different.
is the GameCube is like in its nostalgia era right now, where like it's kind of at that peak where people are like, dude, I remember the GameCube so fondly. I just want to go back and play all these games again. The N64 kind of had that like 5 years ago, probably. But not really
around
there
the
anymore.
time that
The thing with GameCube
released.
as well was that like those games are a much larger file size. Like they're
Yeah,
they're like
they're all like at
4
least-
gigabytes. Like they're huge. They're huge
GameCube games,
compared
I think,
to
on average are like 1.3 gigs.
yeah. I think the largest ISO I've seen is like 4, but that's like on the Wii. Like
So
those
they'd
games,
have to
it would take a lot to run those at like their
they'd have to do like cloud
respective frame
gaming.
rates.
God,
Well, even
oh my-
then,
Cloud
like
gaming.
that wouldn't run well on the Switch, like at all.
I mean, they got Kingdom Hearts 3 to run on cloud gaming, so I don't know.
That is
Maybe.
true.
I mean, I
it's
don't
pretty.
know.
It's like watching a movie, and then you're controlling the
I mean, I don't
remote
know.
from.
I just don't see it working well on the Nintendo Switch of all consoles. If they were to do it, they'd probably do it on whatever
is
Switch 2
something-
is going to be.
This is something I've always had a question about. For cloud gaming, what happens if the base where they're having all the servers with all the games, what happens if that just shuts down?
And all
You're
the
just
games are
screwed.
dead.
The game's just
Yeah.
dead and you can't play it anymore.
Because
I
technically,
mean,
you
they'll
don't
probably
own
move it to a different like
Yeah.
server, but
you don't really own the games. You're just renting them, pretty much. So
I suppose. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, and if your internet goes down, your game goes down too.
yep.
But I'm not opposed to cloud game. Well, I am right now because it sucks. But I'm not opposed to the concept of cloud gaming, in that the only thing that is stored on your console is your save file.
Google Stadia.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was crazy.
Did you guys ever hear about the guy who had like, I think it was something like 3,000 hours on Red Dead Redemption 2 on Stadia?
Oh my god.
And he was begging Rockstar to give him his save file so he could when Stadia was shutting down. So he could keep playing just on a different console. I don't know if they ever did. I'll have to look that up.
I'd be livid
Knowing
if they
Google,
didn't.
probably not.
3,000? Yeah. Google's like, who the fuck are you? Anyways.
Yeah, they're still gonna be a multi-trillion-dollar company no matter
The
what.
only person that ever used their console ever.
Yeah, that guy was the only one actively on Stadia every day.
Jesus.
Who remembers the
What were they
Ouya?
thinking? I remember that.
I only know it
it's
by
a funny
name.
Yeah.
So we have
Like
this
shit.
YouTube short series on the channel as well called JLB History. That's one of my video ideas, is to go over the Ouya.
That's ridiculous.
And
What a name.
just how shit it was.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You that took like all your energy to say that.
Yeah.
Like
I had to charge up.
bro.
So the thing is, Ouya as a concept was really good, actually. Really good concept. No, it wasn't. Never mind. It had a terrible concept.
You tried to be optimistic.
I tried to be
respect
optimistic.
it.
So
I respect it.
it was a console that is Android based. And for those who know Android, you know that it's not built to be a gaming OS. It is a mobile phone OS, obviously. So, the idea for the Ouya was you have to release everything on there was free. And if you want to release a larger version, then you can add an in-app purchase. That's fine. But everything on there was entirely free besides that. So obviously because of that, there were no exclusive games. Because no one's going to make their
lovely.
game for fucking free.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So then they started up a Kickstarter. They raised $8.5 million somehow. From I think it was $1 million goal. So like 850%, give or take. When people got their Ouyas, the controller was really flimsy, and as was the console. It had, I think, GameCube level graphics, which makes sense because it's Android.
Ain't no way.
Just all around a terrible console. The only game that was worth getting on it was Minecraft.
As seen on TV type beat.
Yeah.
Minecraft on the road.
Oh my god.
God,
I've been
man.
in an as seen on TV store before, and I found something that I will cherish for the rest of my fucking life. The first JonTron video I ever watched was plug and play consoles. And in this as seen on TV, they had the Game Phillip. And I was so happy to play the Game Phillip.
What?
What about the Philips CDI with Mario?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
Hotel Mario and fucking
No, it
Link's
was
Adventure.
Link, something Gamelon, whatever.
Wand of Gamelon,
I think
yeah.
it said like
Yeah.
Game Phillip, 80,000 games in one or something like that. And it was all like NES titles that were renamed. And there was 5,000 copies of Mario fucking Mario Bros. Not Mario fucking Bros.
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
Mario fucking Bros? What? That's a really good time for Super to join the audience. But the Game Phillip. The
Yeah.
Philips CDI. I wonder how many that sold. I gotta look that up.
I mean, Hotel
Like
Mario was
3.
on there, so it definitely peaked.
Oh, so
right?
like 10 trillion copies, right?
Yeah. Hotel Mario
Philips
was
CDI
peak,
sales. Okay, well, I see
Let's
I
see.
see a Wikipedia page.
It has nothing. Imagine.
It doesn't say, I don't think. Oh wait, sales, hold on. Okay, in October 1994, Philips claimed an installed base of 1 million units for the CDI worldwide. In 1996, the Wall Street Journal reported that total US sales amounted to 400,000 units. In the Netherlands, about 60,000 CDI players were sold by the end of December 1994. So,
Okay.
1 million
I mean,
copies
that was-
worldwide.
That was all Hotel Mario. You can thank Hotel Mario for that. But
Yeah, it was all Hotel Mario.
yeah.
Didn't Mario is Missing come out on the CDI? No, that just came out on the NES and SNES.
No.
It does seem like a CDI game though.
It does. Most of those like educational ones.
Weren't they planning Mario World 2 for I think they were planning Mario World 2
For
for the
what?
CDI. I'm not 100%
I mean, it came
sure.
out. It's called Yoshi's Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's called Super
And now-
Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
It's a Yoshi game. It's not Mario. Like, shut up, bro. God,
yeah.
I hate when people say that.
I
I mean, it's not in console series. You know, here's some multi Mario history actually regarding Yoshi's Island.
Okay.
When 360 Chrism did the first console series run, he actually did include Yoshi's Island because it was kind of like up in the air what the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he was kind of like the only person who gave a shit about doing that run, so he was just like, "Yeah, I'll add Yoshi's Island. Why not?" He did the run, and Mario 2, Mario 3, and Yoshi's Island were all blind and took him like 8 hours each or something. it was
Mario
so bad.
1?
He got like a 20-hour time, I think.
Oh my god.
And then after he did the run, people were just like he went to the Discord and was like, "Do we really need Yoshi's Island in this?" And everyone was just like, "No, we don't."
No, yeah.
Is there a multiple Yoshi games? Like
I
series?
seriously doubt it. The only multiple leaderboards I've ever really seen are Mario and Sonic. And Mario and Sonic.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say the Olympic games.
The Olympic games leaderboard. That'd be so crazy. Oh yeah, multiple Pokemon games. Swag and I have
Mario Paper Mario may or may not be a multiple games thing soon.
Yeah. I was
That's all
actually talking
Paperthon
about
Paperthon was a thing that was done before even Color Splash came out. It was just the first three and Sticker Star, but nobody's really done it since that because it's just too fucking long.
Multiple.
We're actually having a relay that's starting tonight. That's all the Paper Mario games.
Multiple Rhythm Heaven games just became a thing because of me.
No.
Multiple Yoshi games is not a thing.
No.
Dude, I'm so happy for Dan Salvato. He finally got all melons in the GDQ after like 10 years of submitting and getting rejected.
I'm so happy for Dan Salvato. I actually like watching Dan Salvato just because he's a cool speedrunner and not because he made Doki Doki Literature Club.
Or Project
I watched
him before he made DLC.
I knew who Salvato was because he was like one of the FFZ guys, like the OG creators of it. And he would just show up in chats every now and then. Then he made 20XX and SMS practice codes.
Yeah.
And Project M. And
he was goated long. Was he involved with PM? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, I think he was like the main guy involved with PM.
I know he made the 20XX mod, but I don't know how involved he was with PM.
He had to be to some extent.
He's like known as the guy that like did PM, bless you. That did PM. Because I think he references Project M in DDLC.
Yeah, it's one of the splash screens at the start. So normally it's like this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. And then it can be like a 1 in 1,000 chance at something else, and one of them is PM died for this.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Yeah. My favorite is this game is not for children or those who are easily dismembered.
Huh.
That's my favorite splash screen.
So like when's the JLB DDLC playthrough?
That would be crazy. I love Dan Salvato so much, but also I feel so bad for him. Because I feel like when he goes to GDQ, there's gonna be so many people just asking him about DDLC.
Oh, there's no way. That game is so old. I highly doubt it.
They just had a new release, didn't they?
I mean, it had the Plus release, but
that
like
was in 2022.
a remaster basically.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. Really.
That's true, but it's still like a really popular game, even despite it coming out
plus,
so long ago.
it's like GDQ, not really like a different convention. I'm sure most
Like
people going to
Comic-Con or
GDQ
anything.
have long moved on from the DDLC hype at this point. I
That's
doubt
true,
they're gonna
but
care.
it's like that's true, but it's like Armada. He runs 64, but if he went to GDQ, I'm sure a lot of people would also be talking about Melee with him.
I mean, he went to Pace Fall,
He did,
and
yeah.
he seemed to just be getting along pretty well with the Mario people.
All right.
I mean, I think
I remember like chilling with him for a little bit.
I
It
think
was
he
pretty
did
fun.
play some Melee while he was there, but
Yeah,
he was mostly just doing Mario stuff.
I stand corrected.
he's
Never
pretty
mind.
chill.
Yeah, Armada's always seemed like a really chill guy. He's also like goated at 64.
And the big difference is like Armada, I think, totally expects people to ask about Smash because that was literally his life for over
Yeah.
10 years. Whereas with Dan Salvato, he made one thing and it popped off. Like that's not like that's not like his
Yeah.
whole fucking life's
His whole thing,
present,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention, something similar to that.
Like
just
he made a
uh,
successful game and he moved on with his life. Whereas Armada,
True.
like he will forever have his Melee legacy.
Right.
And I think he knows that too. Like he has no
Oh,
problem
surely.
with being known for Melee still, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, for GDQ, nobody's really gonna give a shit about DDLC. I don't think people are gonna be walking up to
Yeah.
him
You're
asking
probably
about
Hey,
that
you were that guy. Yeah.
7 years old game.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. All right, Odme. Have you ever ran a 2D Mario game?
Yeah, because I did the console series run for Multi Mario. But before Wonder came out,
Ooh.
this was in like 2021. I
Okay.
had to learn SMB 1, 2, Lost Levels, 3,
Okay.
and World.
That
I
sounds
and-
great.
That shit was rough,
I feel
man.
so
I
bad
actually,
for you.
Yeah.
I really like SMW. I think that's a great game. Well, it's my favorite 2D Mario. Wonder is close, but not quite.
SMW.
3 is my favorite.
Yeah, Wonder is like second place, but World is forever the GOAT in my eyes.
I do.
So I
Three
had
is
no
my
problems
favorite.
with running that game, especially since it was just 11 exit.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like SMB 3 was fine because I just did the wrong warp. It was like 4 minutes long. And then SMB 1, 2, and Lost Levels.
Oh my
Never
god.
again. Never
Yeah,
again. those three
dude.
games.
Oh my god.
Lost
honestly-
Levels is such a bitch.
Lost Levels is terrible, but I think I hated SMB 1 more.
Really?
SMB 1 is
think I-
fucking awful to speedrun.
I think I hate Lost Levels because they advertise it as a game that's supposed to be super challenging, but it's just a Mario Maker super world. Let's be real. Like,
yeah, it really is.
But like the
It's
thing about Lost
literally just
Levels
that.
is I ran it on the All Stars version, so if I ever game overed, I would just start the
Okay.
level over without
the level,
having to
yeah.
go back to the start of the world. Whereas in SMB 1, if I fucking game overed, it was done. The run was just dead.
Yeah.
But like 2 USA is just also cringe. I think it's the one I hate the least, but it's just not fun. Like 2 USA is just not that good of a game.
Yeah.
I don't think
But
that,
I don't
um,
despise it as much as I did 2 Lost Levels and 1.
Other than
Yeah, that's
other than
pretty nice.
World, I don't really think the classic 2D Mario games are that fun at all anymore.
People overhype SMB3 so much. I don't get the hype for that game.
I'm guilty of that. I 3 is like
kind
my
of
favorite.
I kind of
My-
agree with Odme.
But I see what you mean. But yeah, I'm guilty of overhyping 3. I
Now,
don't know. I
with
like
3
the challenge of it.
The thing about 3 is it's overhyped, but I can still admit that's a pretty good game casually.
Mhm.
hmm
1, 2, and Lost Levels are just not. Those games are horrible.
Oh yeah, no, screw those games.
But
like,
the one
Another
speed
thing I had to
run-
learn for
When I
that
ranked
console series
3
run was
Mhm.
1 star in SM64, and my god, that was an experience.
When I ranked 3, it's like barely like better than World 2. So like it's not like insane. Like oh my god, I still love both games, but I just like 3 slightly better. So like that's kind of like where I'm at currently with 2D Mario. I don't really like many 2D Mario games. I think like I like a 3, actually 4 of them because New Super DS was pretty fire. But that
I
was about
think
it.
I think 1, 2U, 2J, 3 are all kind of not bad games. I don't like playing them personally. I love watching speedruns of all 4 games. They're all super fun to watch for.
Oh yeah, it's different to watch it. Yeah, for sure. It's just playing it.
I mean, I like all the NSMB games. It's just they're just bland. I would never say they're bad games because they're not. They're literally just like
No,
repeats
not
of each
bad
other.
games.
and
They're
bland.
just safe. They're safe games.
like
that's
I'm not
pretty
like
much-
a week or so before Wonder came out, I played through New Super Luigi U for the first time because it's the one 2D Mario I hadn't played. And I wanted to get that under my belt before Wonder. That game is fucking good. Like New Super Luigi U
Luigi.
is really
Yeah.
good.
It's fun.
It's
For
probably in
sure.
my probably not top 3, but top 5 2D Marios. With I think my top 3 is probably NSMB DS and then Wonder and World.
Well, Swag, didn't you do runs of New Super DS? Wouldn't that count?
You heard it here first, Nintendo. Make another new Super Mario game.
No, we don't need that.
I
It's
feel like the
okay.
chances of them making like Mario Wonder 2 : Imagine or something
Imagine.
Bro.
are more likely
Yeah,
than
I mean,
another new Super game.
Yeah, that run I did with all the games was in 2021, so it's unfortunately obsolete now because of Wonder. Like, it's not even on the leaderboard anymore. I don't think I'll ever run it back just because I don't want to learn Wonder. It just doesn't look fun as a speed game.
You know, it's funny. A lot of us, like our group, we wanted to like speedrun the game, and then like I think
90%.
once, yeah, and after a while, we were like the same way. We were like, this isn't fun. Like, screw this. Like,
Yeah,
the hype
I had never
for Wonder
seen,
died so quickly. Oh
I had
my
never
God.
seen a new speed game die as fast as Wonder did.
Yeah, it's so fast.
It was fucking absurd. Like I was a part of a lot of new speed game hype. Odyssey does not count because Odyssey was a 1 in a million that is never gonna happen again. Like Odyssey was a fucking phenomenon with how many people were playing it, and
That
it kept
was
its hype
crazy.
going, which is the crazy part.
And it's still
But
going.
but putting Odyssey to the side, like I was there when I think like the first new speed game I was a part of when it came out besides SMO was Luigi's Mansion 3. I like ran that game a lot in like the first couple months, and then it dropped off obviously, and it still had its few players, but for the most part it was dead. But it lasted like a month or 2 or maybe even 3, and then it happened again with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I actually ran that at pace last year, like which was like a year after I had already quit running it, so I had to derust the fuck out of that.
No.
But yeah, I played that game for like a month or 2, and then I just stopped playing. And like it always happens with new speed games, like they get so much hype, everybody wants to play it, and then it just kind of drops off. With Wonder, I swear to God, that game did not even last like until the end of 2023.
Yeah,
like,
dude, like it was so quick. Like, oh my God, it was like, and it wasn't even just for speedrunning. It was just the game in general. Like,
I think there was
everyone was so excited, and then just dropped death.
I mean, that kind of happens with most Nintendo games. And Nintendo's 2023, I think, was so damn strong that Wonder couldn't really last because they probably had something new coming up like immediately.
Their 2024 fucking sucks so far.
Hey, they got Peak. That came out yesterday, so it's okay.
Well, they got Peak.
Yeah,
they also got Peach.
TTYD's the only Peak that we've gotten so
We got Peak and Peach.
Hey, you know what's good about this 2024 that isn't Nintendo though? Penny's Big Breakaway.
That's so
yes,
real.
Dude. Yes.
Such a good game.
Go buy Penny's Big Breakaway. Very good game.
It's probably one of the only times I have picked up a non-Mario speed game and actually stuck with it for a while.
It's like
it's just that good.
It's like Sonic Forces if it was good.
All right, let's see Sonic Forces.
I don't know about Sonic Forces.
I really did, Swag.
Dude, Penny.
He did.
Penny honestly, just like so sad to see drop off the new speed game hype because nobody fucking played anything in the game besides 1-1. And I was like, "Can you guys please play the rest of this game?" They're like,
"Bro,
no, I want to grind the rest of this level." And I was like, "You guys are gonna regret this." And what happened? Yeah. They all regretted it because they got burnt out on 1-1, and they were like, "Fuck this game! I'm never playing it."
That's the same.
I kid you not.
Thing.
We watched this idiot practice 1-1 for so long. Oh my God!
I'm eventually gonna go back and finish the game. Trust me. But I got so burnt out after 1-1.
Like there were so many people that were grinding 1-1, and I would just ask them, "How far are you in the game?" "Oh, I haven't even beaten like World 2 yet." I'm like, "It's 2 levels."
I didn't beat level 2.
It's just so fucking sad because it's such a good game, like casually and speedrunning wise. To see so many people get caught up in probably the worst level in the game, honestly, is just sad.
Yeah,
and like pretty much like nobody's gonna be running it after like Pace and GDQ, because like May is probably Penny's best month it's had besides like the release. Like everybody kind of came back all at once. Like I came back because I'm playing it at Pace, so I had to grind it. Emerald came back. Zans was playing again, who is pretty much just the goat of Penny right now. Zans is so damn good. He got like a 109 recently, 90% restricted, which is
Crazy.
just cracked.
Yeah, I want to learn eventually.
But like for me personally, as fun as the game is, it's so damn frustrating. Like you make one mistake in Penny, and you just get so pissed. Like I don't know why it's so tilting compared to other games I run, but it just is. And I think because of that, after my Pace run, I think I'm gonna be done with it.
Okay.
For a while,
That's
maybe
fair.
not permanently, but for a long time, I think.
That's
Penny will be retired after Pace for sure.
That's what Ryoken at Pace Winter 22. That's what he did. For Mario Party Superstars. That was his last run. At least of all boards, he did all mini games. The next Pace. But I love Ryoken. Shout out Ryoken.
Yeah, Penny's in just such a weird spot for me because like I was playing it so much to prepare for Pace, and then I was like, well, I mean, I got the time I wanted, and now it's just like do no resets. So what the hell do I do at this point?
Mute real quick.
And because of that, I've literally not streamed in like a week because I don't know what the fuck to do. It's like I'm just gonna go live, do 2 no resets, and then just end again. Like that's literally what my stream has been for the past like 2 weeks, and it's like, I mean, I'll do a couple more runs before Pace, but I really don't know what to play besides that. And it's such a weird situation that after Pace is over and I kind of throw in the towel for Penny, I'll hopefully be able to get back on some Mario stuff because 602 will be the week after GDQ, and I'm going to Pace and GDQ for the full week. So I'm literally going to have a week to prep for 602 otherwise if I don't start after Pace.
Yeah. I think that I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna fucking say? Oh yeah. You had mentioned something about how when you make one mistake in Penny's Big Breakaway, you just like melt.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I feel like that's been happening a lot with a lot of games.
Like, I mean, that's kind of how it is at the top level for most games, but with Penny in particular, the thing about Penny is when you're mastering the movement, you are like flying through stages. Like you're going so damn fast that when you make one small mistake and it slows you down to a fucking crawl, or let alone you die without hitting a checkpoint, it just crushes you. And you're just like, oh my god, this is the worst game ever made by man.
Yeah.
How I feel about SPM speedrunning. Pisses me off.
Well, Penny is like, even despite how unfair it is sometimes in the speedrun, Penny's Big Breakaway is such like a good game of what I've played so far, which is a few worlds.
It's amazing. When you're not making mistakes, it honestly is like a top 5 speed game for me.
Yeah. I think it's one of the best games released this year. I'm gonna be surprised.
I'm not counting Thousand Year Door since it is a remake. So Penny so far is my game of the year. If we were counting TTYD, Penny wouldn't stand a chance. But
I'm going to be
TTYD solos that.
I'm going to be very surprised and kind of annoyed if it's not nominated at least for Indie Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
I would hope. Yeah, I would hope that.
If not Game of the Year.
I think. Oh, it's not getting a Game of the Year. There's no way in hell.
I'm gonna be so fucking mad if TTYD is on Game of the Year nominees.
Bro,
I think it has a chance, to be honest.
It's gonna have a chance because it's such a good game. But TTYD is a good game. It has been since 2002.
2004.
Whatever, same shit. But either way,
nuts. Okay,
both are boomers. I was born in 2005.
Bro. All right, man.
Yeah, honestly, it's okay. I can see. I think what's likely to take indie game this year is Animal Well for sure. I don't see anything really beating that. It was a game that was actually published by Video Game Donkey.
Oh, that game. Yes. Okay.
He didn't make it, but he did publish it, and from what I've seen, it's very good. It's not really my thing because I'm not really a Metroidvania guy. Because I get stressed out when I don't know what to do in games, and that's like the whole point of Metroidvanias, to not know what to do and get lost. So I'm just like, no, I can't play this. It's not for me. But
Yeah.
I see why people are raving over it.
Yeah. There's just a lot of really good indie games this year. Like Balatro.
Mhm.
Balatro, I haven't played it, but I've only ever heard good things about that game. I have no clue what it is. It's like some kind of poker game. But it's the rave of the year apparently.
SPM should win Game of the Year because I played it this year. Shut up,
The
Drez.
Drez Awards.
Bro,
Why
the
can't I
Drez
read
Award.
your name? I can barely read your name, Drez.
Because it's literally the color of the background.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, if Nintendo kind of sticks with what they've got going on this year, Thousand Year Door could very well be their slot for a Game of the Year nom.
I hope.
But I mean, we
not.
don't know
I'm-
anything about their next half of the year, which is why we're getting that direct next month.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. Like, I'm curious on what is going to be covered there because they said they're not going to cover the Switch 2. Like, they already said that's out
Yeah,
of the
it's
question.
going to be games for second half of the year. If
I wanna
that
know what they're
direct, if
planning.
that direct comes out during Pace and we get to watch party that, oh my god!
Man, dude, that makes
That'll
me
be
even more
crazy.
sad. I would be
I don't
more
think it's gonna
sad because you
happen.
won't be able to
I
be
doubt-
there.
I
They
doubt it's
generally
going to
do.
happen because like I don't think Nintendo's ever done a June direct in the first week of the month. So it's
They
probably
do
gonna be
it
like the week
during-
after Pace.
They normally
Which
do
is
it during
bad.
E3, which isn't
But-
going on anymore.
Yeah,
But-
E3's dead. E3's just gone forever.
But
Yeah,
E3
okay.
at the time went from like somewhere around June 10th.
Yeah,
They should be just
I mean, there's like a
there.
slim chance it happens during Pace, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
think that
They can still hit us with some crazy titles.
imagine
That's what
3D
I'm-
Mario releases for the Switch right before the Switch 2.
That would be such a missed
Bro,
opportunity. They'd be
I would
shooting
hate
themselves in the
that.
foot with that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Like I wouldn't
All right.
complain. I would not complain, but they'd be shooting themselves in the foot
They
pretty
really
hard.
would.
All right, we're getting Paper Mario 64 remastered.
It would just be the Wii
calling
U
it.
2. I'm surprised
The Wii U 2.
I'm surprised that they released a remake of Thousand Year Door before 64.
And not 64.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason they did that is because 64 was already on Switch Online.
Well,
they
yeah,
were
I mean,
but-
I guess, but
yeah, it's
I don't think that's really
true.
stopped them from re-releasing a game before. I mean, I don't know. It
The
just
only
seems
real
weird.
case I've seen of them having two of the exact same game on one console is 64 on 3D All Stars and Switch Online.
Yeah,
That's like the only time I've seen them do it.
yeah.
Two
But
different
the
games.
difference is 64 on Switch Online is the good version of the game.
Yeah,
There was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
Bro.
come on.
no, shut up. Shut up, bro.
All right.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Odme,
I mean,
I have one question to
yeah.
ask you real quick. Do you
Okay.
own an Android or an iPhone?
I have an
Please,
iPhone
dude.
11.
Let's fucking go!
Damn it, no!
7-6. Fuck you.
God damn
Oh my
it,
god.
bro. It's gonna be 8-6 because you're you know they own a. Oh my god, it's gonna be 8-6. I'm mad.
Yes.
Can I pay you to say Android?
No, don't do that. Can I buy you an Android phone so that you can say?
Yeah, can I pay you? To
We have a running question
damn it.
for each guest.
Oh,
So far it is 7-6 on if they own an iPhone or an Android, respectively.
it's literally
Damn.
guaranteed 8-6. I'm actually upset. By the end of season 1, you guys are gonna win.
Maybe, I don't know. We still have okay, so we have Odme and then we have 4 more guests.
Like I'm scared.
Yeah.
I hope it ties.
It can't. It literally can't. It'll end on 15 episodes.
Bro.
Unless wait, no, it can tie because we have 2 episodes with
Yeah.
two people. Wait, no, that wouldn't make
Yeah.
sense. Never mind, I'm stupid. Then it would be
Yeah.
17
It's
guests. in
okay. It's
total.
okay. Look, Android just has to go crazy the next couple episodes.
Yeah, you need like 5
okay.
Android votes in a row.
You just gotta start buying people Ouya.
Yeah, I buy them
Yeah.
the Ouya. That's so true. I considered buying an Ouya.
That'll
the other
convince
day.
them to switch over to Android.
I considered
real,
buying
for
an
real,
Ouya
for
the
real.
other day, but I learned that like the marketplace for it shut down in 2019. I saw on eBay they were selling it for like $35.
Oh my! That's so. When you see a game console going for less than $100, you know that console is just fucking
It
cooked.
was-
Unless it's like the Wii.
It
Wii
sold
doesn't
for it sold
Wii
for
doesn't count,
less
yeah.
than 100 when it released. It was 99.
That's crazy.
Probably because it was fucking Android. They didn't need to do shit to it.
Bro.
I'm so mad. I hate the Ouya, but I love the Ouya.
The name is so stupid.
Their controller was so stupid too. The buttons were OUYA.
There's no shot that's
kinda
real.
That's
goated.
real. That's true.
That's kind of goated, honestly.
God. Oh my
I don't even know where they
God.
got the A must stand for Android, but I don't know where the OUY is. Or what?
Yeah,
Not where. I know where it is. It's in the first 3 letters. But
the U. Yo, yeah, press the U button to jump over the spike. Yeah.
for
Like, bro, what?
Yeah. All right. Odme.
Huh?
Do you have every multiple Mario record except for like console series, handheld series?
The ones that I've ran, I have the record for, yes.
That's insane. I am
Like,
looking right now.
I gotta look at the board again, but
Yeah, you
pretty
have
much
all.
if I've done a run of a multi Mario category, I have the record for it.
You have 602, 246, 1862, 540, or yeah, just 540. Sandbox 100% and sandbox 90%.
Yeah,
I
and
think
if,
it's just
and
God,
not counting Wonder, I have console series, but it is obsolete now.
So, Odme, are you the GOAT?
I am Mario Goat, yes.
I was gonna say, what type of question is that? We all know the answer.
Yeah, but like, are you the... Would you be considered the best Mario player of all time?
I mean, it depends on who you ask. If you tried
Yeah.
asking like a top level 64 runner, if I was the best Mario runner of all time, they'd probably laugh in your face and say it's fucking Ouija.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it would definitely be one.
Because
actually, he did run
they only
Sunshine.
care about SM64.
That's true.
You have to ask
Yeah.
like a Galaxy person or a multi Mario person. But
Yeah.
That's the question. That's the question next season.
in my
Is Odme
my
the best
personal
Mario player ever?
in my personal non-biased opinion, I would say I am the best Mario player, at least for the
Let's
3D games.
Let's fucking
Yeah.
go. We got the GOAT
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah, we don't talk about my my 2D history. I don't count.
Nah. What
2D history?
What 2D? Yeah, what 2D history? What are you talking about, bro?
What
I've
other
never
games
seen you
have
run
you
2D
have you
in
ever?
your life.
What other games have you ran except for Mario games? I know Penny's Big Breakaway, but what else?
Well, let's
I was
take a
gonna
look at my
mention Mario
profile real
Kart,
quick.
but then you said not Mario.
Looks like Kirby and the
scroll
Forgotten
down
Land.
Yeah, I mean,
SA2.
I've done some 64 ROM hacks before, very briefly, but I did like Star Road a bit.
I was gonna say, I remember you doing Star Road, that giant race that you guys did at the beginning.
All
Dude,
of
that
the
race
year.
is so funny. I just like swept them all because like I have
You
ran 80
did,
star.
bro.
I've ran 80 star like twice, so I had experience with the game. So 130 wasn't really that bad to me. But for the rest of them, it was like semi-blind to
Dude,
completely.
everyone was like struggling, and Odme just swept them. Like it was.
And then we did a 150 star race of 64 decades later, which was such a sick hack, by the way. It took
Yeah.
8
Oh yeah,
hours.
I agree with you. That's a good hack. I
It
agree
took me
with
like
you.
8 hours to beat.
I played the entire thing. I got every star, even the blue ones. Oh my god.
I did not get the blue stars in one sitting. I waited like a day before doing it.
Yeah,
And it
dude,
took me,
Rox.
it took me 8 more hours to get all the blue stars, which is the.
I
most
didn't know you
ridiculous
guys
part.
did decades later. I wish I
Wow.
It
tuned
was
in
very
for that.
spur of the moment. It was like the day before we decided. I'm
That's-
pretty sure.
You
Yeah,
have
I wish
the-
I wish I watched it. That would have been so cool to
I mean,
watch.
let's see. I'm gonna look at my profile now.
You have
Rox
the,
with
all,
the-
you have the
yeah,
All Stars
dude.
360 record. Is that just 120 in the 3 games?
It's literally just like it's just doing 100% on all 3 of the collection. Yeah,
Dude,
and
Except
they
for
have to be
42.
done on the 3D All Stars version, which is why the
The
record
Rocks with-
sucks.
Rocks with the Koopa in Mushroom Mountain Town. That was killing me. I thought that was
What happened? What is that?
He just got Koopa stuck, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Star Road has this bug where, and it's not really Star Road's fault, but it's more the way Skellex passed the Koopa, where sometimes he'll get stuck, and a lot of the times you have to reset the game for the pass to be set correctly.
I do remember that because
It's the same problem with Tuxie. Racing Tuxie shows sometimes goes straight off the track. Most speedruns just reset the hack to.
Yeah, I would say the Mario game or the non-Mario speed game that I have taken
Lost the race.
the most seriously, besides Penny, is probably Sonic Adventure 2. I'm very on and off with that game, but whenever I get the motivation to play it, I do play it like a lot. And it's probably the non-Mario speed game that I will stick with forever. Like I'll always go back to it.
I like running for Sonic. I like running SA1. All Stars is like my jam.
SA1 looks a lot easier. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lot easier.
But I just like SA2 more, so
yeah, that's fair. SA2 speedruns are so good.
Brawl.
Yeah, we did do a Subspace Emissary race. That was
cool.
That was a time. And then I did Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was in that 96 race. That was
I remember that. Dude, we were like neck and neck like the whole time.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
Who won?
I actually did run TTYD back in like many years ago in the fucking Stone Age. I ran TTYD.
Mario 3D World Wii U.
We don't talk about that. That game fucking
sucks. I was like, you say Wii U.
You did not just say that game fucking sucks.
Wii U 3D World is a garbage speed game. It's so bad.
Yeah, in terms of speed game, it's not that great.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant really I thought you meant just 3D World in general.
No. I mean, I've said this earlier, but there's not a single 3D Mario game I dislike. And unless we're talking about speedrunning.
In which case you don't like Galaxy.
I hate Galaxy 1. I don't like 3D World of Wii U. I probably hate 3D World Wii U, actually. Even though that's a strong word, I'd probably put it on 3D World Wii U and Galaxy 1. For the Switch version of 3D World, I think it's all right. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I think it's just
definitely a lot better than Wii U. We'll say that.
I'll let you say hate this one time, but don't say it again on my podcast, please.
Bro, shut up. God.
You also ran Super Smash Bros. For Wii U Classic 0.0.
Jesus Christ.
That's a thing? I thought the lowest was 1.0. What? That's crazy.
You ran as Wii U.
That was like one of my one-off fucking runs I did when I didn't really know what to do. I didn't have recording yet. I didn't have like a capture card or anything, so I just did that for fun. Because I think at the time you just had to submit like an Imgur link of your fucking, or Imgur or whatever. You had to submit a link of like your results on the fucking screen or whatever. But
Smash 4 was an arrow, dude. I don't even know how to describe it.
I
agree with it.
Smash 4 was so bad. At the time, I guess Smash 4 was a good game, but it's so bad now because Ultimate is so good.
Well, we said
at the time it was pretty bad. Trust, I like Brawl a lot more. Even
dude, the competitive scene was busted. If you if you played as me, just kiss your ass goodbye. It was Mii's and Bayonetta, bro. That was just the meta, bro.
That's true, but I think they eventually banned Mii's. I think Mii's were just outright banned in tournaments.
Well, no, they banned. I think they banned like Mii's except for one specific moveset. Like if you chose a Mii, you had to have all your special moves be the same, like 1-1-1-1, 2-2-2-2.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I think Meta was it. I think Meta Knight was the only truly banned character in most tournaments.
Steve
is like barely a ban at this point because people are
yeah.
Steve carries people. That's the issue. People who
I was watching Gommel last weekend, and it was so sad seeing Tweak be taken to Game 5 by a Steve player. It was just like, oh my god.
I despise
and Tweak
tournaments.
Won, so okay.
Thank God. I despise tournaments that end on Steve v Steve.
Big House.
Big House. It is
pretty much a snooze fest. I'm gonna be real.
It's just two Steves trying to camp out each other, out camp each other.
Yeah, that's just not fun.
But yeah, I've ran back in like 2017. I ran a 1,000-Year Door any percent back when English and Japanese were actually split.
Wow!
And the route for English any percent, you still had to do some glitches like
wait, Hex is trying to speak. Do you mind if I bring in Hex real quick?
Sure, I guess.
Keep it quick, Hex. What do you got to say?
What's your?
Why is he on mobile? Oh my god.
Oh god.
I can't hear, bro. What is he saying?
I'm a big fan. I have a question for Odme.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you for calling in. What's your question, big fan?
Odme, why do you like Galaxy and Any% so much?
Bro.
What? Did you just ask why I like Galaxy Any% so much?
Yeah. You said it was better than Sunshine.
Yeah, man.
No way.
Yeah, sure. Go back to beefing with people. Go back to beefing with people on Twitter, man. Like,
Ain't no way,
Shut
bro.
up.
Ain't no way,
Hey,
bro.
listen.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
Enjoy.
Thank you for calling in, big fan. Anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off, Odme. What were you saying? We were talking about Smash, I think.
yeah, in like, I ran TTYD back when the route wasn't awful. I saw to do glitches like fucking palace skip and the like, but they weren't really that
Yeah.
hard. And then like they found like better palace skip, I guess, for English that made it like basically the same route as JP. And now the game just fucking sucks. Like I cannot run TTYD nowadays. It's so damn hard.
Yeah.
It's a 60
wonder
FPS
what-
game, and like every trick is frame perfect.
You
It's
just
so
get
annoying.
just PTSD, man. You just gave him PTSD.
I wonder what TTYD HD
Oh.
runs are gonna be like.
They're probably gonna be terrible.
They've already been finding skips.
Really?
Like I'm pretty sure there's a palette. I think there's like a skip for the Shadow Sirens. You can skip them in chapter 8. I'm pretty sure.
It's gonna be a tone to like sticker star runs.
Like if I had to guess, it's gonna be not popular at all. Not because of like no tricks or anything, but because of the text. You can't match
You
anymore.
can't skip. Yeah, it's
text is
literally
weird.
just Origami King. You can't skip text at all.
That's
it's
like
so
that's like the only
bad.
gripe I really have with it compared to the
Yeah.
OG. is
The
that you
game
can't match.
looks
It's that-
amazing.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. It like
I'm so
the
surprised.
the only two issues I have is the text. You can't match the text, and the menuing in battles seems a little
delay.
bit on the slow side. Yeah,
The fucking delay.
it's pretty bad in the battles. Otherwise the game's great. Like it flows pretty decently. I'd say.
The game looks so beautiful. I'm so
It's like one of the
impressed.
best looking Switch games, which
yeah,
is
it's
The amount of-
seriously is.
If you take the GameCube, like the GameCube release looks good, like already, but if you take the GameCube release and compare it to this one, the amount of detail and more expressions on characters and like specific cutscenes and music, oh my god, like dude,
They
it
literally
is
just
such an upgrade.
they decided RTX on. For, like,
Yeah.
half the
Yeah,
game.
they literally
Like,
did
just-
that.
You can
I'm
see the
also-
reflection everywhere.
I'm also very happy they
Yeah.
made Vivian with their JP storyline instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that
pretty
was
cool.
really cool.
Yeah. Which very new for Nintendo to want to do that. That makes me think like
Yes
if
and
they
no.
if they do like a Tomodachi Life 2, will there be a non-binary option? Like I don't know.
It's funny because like a lot of people think that Vivian is like the first transgender character, but it's actually Birdo.
Birdo.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot about Birdo. Yo, I'd
Birdo
fuck
likes
that
to.
bird.
I think in the manual. Shut up. I think the I think in the
They're not a
manual or
bird.
something, like where they describe the characters, I think they said that like Birdo likes to be referred to as Birdetta instead, but like
Birda.
Birdetta.
Birdetta.
That's like the name that. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
Birdo
probably-
ever...
Probably the biggest flex on my speeder.com profile is me being 2039th place in Celeste any %.
Let's go.
What time
I'm
is
sub
that? Like
2040.
46.
Sub-
It's like a
sub-
4537, which
Let's
Sub
Is-
2040.
it is no. I'm not 24. I'm not 2405th place.
2405.
That would be so funny. if
Right.
you
Yeah,
were
my
24
Celeste
points.
history is so goofy because I did 2 runs of it for, I learned the game. I did 2 runs back in like 2018 or 2019, and I didn't
Mhm.
touch the game for 3 years. And I Ate Your Pie was doing like his Discord Wars event where people just like compete in different games, and one of the games was a Celeste race, and I was like, I'll do this. Why not? PB'd by like 7 minutes.
Wow.
Damn.
Because I just learned a bunch of new shit leading up to it, and
Yeah.
like 3 years of not touching the game, a lot of stuff happened. So
Yeah.
like it's
That's
just
what
a huge
happened to me
PB.
recently.
Celeste is
Like-
such a cool speed game.
Like,
It is,
that's what
but
happened to me.
it
Yeah.
grinds my hands into dust. Like my hands hurt like hell after playing Celeste.
OMM moment.
That is an OMM moment.
Oh god.
Odme probably has no clue what OMM is.
Oh, probably not.
But I don't think I've ever felt that way with Celeste. Maybe my hands did hurt one time because there's a custom level which is just, it may as well just be hyper dashing 100 times in a row. Which if you know what hyper dashing is, that really fucking hurts your
Yep.
hands after a while. Yeah, I can see that. My hands just get really stiff while playing
I can
Celeste
see that now,
anyway.
please.
Same with some other games. Like my hands used to get really stiff while playing Odyssey or while running Odyssey.
How? You're just shaking the whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of real.
I get really nervous in my speedruns when I'm ahead. That's why I haven't PB'd in 70 star in a month now, even though I get on like -3 minute runs into Tippy.
My hands just get sweaty.
My hands get sweaty.
That
I need
too,
to,
yeah.
and my hands get really stiff. I just get so
You-
nervous.
You gotta get a gamer towel for when you're on pace.
Yeah.
I think that the only game I get nervous with is 3D World because like that's an important game for me to want to PB in because like my ultimate goal is 1-3x at the very least for that game.
Ultimate?
Yeah, like the funny Smash game.
No way. I just suggested something to the live split dev a couple days ago where it's just like, can you just make a hotkey to let the timer keep running in the back end, but it just hides the window so I don't have to see it. Because I don't want to know how far ahead I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like kind of it's like I think Cheese mentioned this last week.
Mhm.
He said that like he made his red, he made it green, and I'm
Yeah.
like that's
Oh, I did
just
that
so that-
years. I've done that for so long now.
Yeah,
It's
I've seen you do that too. Yeah, and it's kind of I mean, kind of I feel like it works because it like
it does
less
sometimes.
less pressure on yourself.
You catch
Like-
the people, you catch the pace pals watching on like 160p.
That too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Cheese said. He was saying that you
They're like,
catch
oh my
those, like,
god, -1 minute.
Bad
How is he
news.
so green?
How are you still green? I think that
I think too.
no, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I'm sorry. I think runners would be a lot better if they played without splits.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the person, really. But
Cheese did
maybe-
have a good thing he brought up last podcast, which was what if speedrunners were not allowed to ever reset?
God.
I wonder. Yeah, I actually was curious about like just wondering how the speedrunning scene would be if we couldn't reset.
I feel like everyone would just be better at the entirety of the game rather than certain parts, obviously.
I
But-
think
Yeah.
we'd
Or-
probably set ourselves back by about 5 years
You think?
in terms of records. Like
Yeah.
if you just take any run that's just like garbage out of early game, like your game's never getting optimized.
What was the record 5 years ago for 120? Wasn't it like a 139 still?
In
think so.
2019, I think it was a 138 at that point,
Let me go back.
Yeah.
or at least close
Yeah.
to. Because Cheese got
It's like,
Cheese got the
yeah.
break the record 138 in 2020.
yeah.
But that was not his first 138.
Mm-hmm.
And then simply got the 138.28 after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's a good question though. Like, what if it's I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. It's just like how that would affect. But I see. Yeah, I kind of agree with Odme. Like, ultimately, I think it would set us back if we couldn't reset. Because it's like, I feel like, yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so-
trying to think about it more. It's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
And
On
also,
this-
you're throwing so much. Like, yeah, I guess you could use the excuse of like, oh, it's more practice for late game, but you're
Mhm.
throwing so much real time away to just shit
Mhm.
runs. Like,
Yeah.
you're not really getting much benefit out of that unless you're caring about every single run you do.
It's like
On-
the you can gold bits mentality. That's pretty much it. If we
Yeah.
kept living that, then it would be pretty bad.
on
Stop
this
resetting the
date-
hour.
On this date,
Yeah.
5 years ago, the record was a 139.19 by Cheese.
Okay.
Okay, so close.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
close. I think if you gave it a few months, it would have been 138.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying, oh,
I mean, if
that would
if
be
we-
an interesting video.
if people weren't allowed to reset, I think the record today would still be around like the 138 mark. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
137, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe.
Super did bring up something we did mention last week as well, where Cheese had said, why can't PBs have a bad beginning? That's actually a good point. Like, I feel like with a lot of games, you can get away with having a bad beginning.
Well, for me, so in my 70-star PB, my from beginning to like up, it's really good. Which is why I always compare against Theory PB, because my upstairs and Tippy fucking blow ass. I always just have the mentality that's like, oh, well, I have like a minute time save here because I fucked up Reds and TTC last time or whatever, and then I fuck up something else entirely. I don't know. I think that. What was the point I was making? What was I trying to say? What?
About not resetting. Are you good? You okay, buddy?
I don't know. I'm having a stroke, man. Anyhow, Swag did just give me a good idea for a video, which is like get a few speedrunners together, and we're not allowed to reset for like a week.
I would lose my mind. Like actually,
I mean, I don't really reset that often, depending on the game. Like when I was grinding 64 120 a couple months back, trying to get 139, I was resetting a shit ton because like I'm always so close to my sum of best to the point where I really can't afford like decently sized mistakes in lobby. So it's like if I'm fucking up cannonless, like that's a reset. Like I cannot take that.
I feel like I'd have to cheat and pick a game like SPM to do a run of, because I generally don't reset on SPM.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, if it was like 3D World, I'm screwed. Like, I'm so screwed with. 3D
I think it would
World.
have to be a shorter run, like 16 star or something.
Oh hell no.
I don't think it could be
Actually,
70 star, no resets.
16 star is ace.
Yeah.
16 star is ass. I really like, so I think 70 star is my favorite 64 category.
It makes me so sad when people want to learn 64, and you can kind of tell they like kind of want to take it seriously, but not entirely. So instead of 70, they just do 16, which basically teaches you nothing about the game. So whenever you do want to go into
like,
70, you're still going in perfectly fresh. Like you're not learning anything from 16 star.
I feel like 16, 16 can help with like the skips, like BLJs and all that stuff. But like I feel like 70 is the better bet for learning the game.
It is way better as a starting category.
Yeah.
I think 16 is only beneficial if you just want to play the game for fun. If you're trying to like have future endeavors with 64, like you got to start with 70.
70 is the play, yeah. That's like you're visiting almost every course in the game, so you're at least you have a good understanding of how it works. I think the only courses you don't visit is JRB and Aquarium. That's it. All the other courses
you not have to separately
and Wing Mario.
Aquarium.
Wing Mario and Metal Cap as well.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
Of the main courses,
every other
just JRB.
Yeah, JRB is the only one.
They've been theorizing for years now how to get rid of BBH.
Yeah.
You just do 2 stars.
Yeah, 2 extra stars. Where?
Bro, just do hundreds in Big House. Do carpetless. Come on, guys. Not that hard.
Honestly, wait. Could that be
No,
faster?
do not, bro.
Wait, one
do
sec.
not, bro. Do not.
Is hundreds and carpetless even a thing?
It, in theory, is faster, but it's like almost impossible to make faster.
Okay. It wouldn't. Like if someone tried doing it RTA with the current,
they would not save time. Not even.
It would be faster to just do hundreds and the. What's the one called? Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the Rainbow.
I'm actually that's my star. I'm doing at pace is 100 coin for Rainbow Ride.
Oh nice.
That's gonna be
really?
That's gonna be interesting because I play on VC. So when I get to pace, I gotta practice that star at 64 because there's so much lag towards the end of that with the Cali kill and all that.
VC's goated.
Who's doing carpetless? Is Ouija there?
It's Cheese. Cheese is doing it.
Cheese is doing carpetless. Yeah.
Cheese is the goat. Except for Odme. Odme's the goat, but Cheese is like the 64 goat.
No, in terms of 64, I'm nowhere close, man. Like
you have a 139,
I'm like,
don't you?
I don't even know what place I am on the VC leaderboard itself. I gotta check again. I am 6th place, yeah. And that's with the record being a 139.41. So
I think you could probably get the VC record for 120.
Maybe, but it'll be tough. I think whenever I get a 139, it's definitely going to be a 5x, unless I just get an absurdly cracked run. Yeah. Like my best upstairs time I've gotten was in my PB, and it was a 104.38, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'd probably need a 103 up to kind of slip into the VC record.
I think you could do it. I believe in the Odme world record.
Can we
For
get
64.
the 602 category sweep where you have the actual world record in every category that you do for the 602?
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
yeah, there's some issues there. They're called Sunshine and 64.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Sunshine.
I don't think anybody's getting close to SB and Anashi anytime soon. Even JJ.
Bro, they're
Like
They
JJ
are
just
so
got
cracked.
JJ got like a 255 pretty recently, and he's like the
God.
80% goat. But my God, he's got a long way to go in 120.
Yeah.
SMS is just a different beast. Like I just, it's fun though. Like I had a lot of fun because I grinded 120 for a bit for prep for the 602, and it was fun. I actually had a lot of fun with it.
The thing about
Sometimes
SMS
fun.
is everybody loves to hate on it until they start running it. And then they're like,
so real.
why did I ever hate this game? It's so fun. It always happens. Like it's pretty weird.
Everyone
how often it
loves to
happens.
say it. Everyone loves to say that Sunshine is garbage, and it's like it's really not, bro.
Yeah, you're
like
just
it's
bad.
not.
Like, you're
just give it
literally
a
just
try.
It's a pretty good game. Like I said earlier with on me. I might have been off recording though. Really good game where you don't have a bitch in your ear telling you it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though, I think casually it is very frustrating.
What
Like
was I talking about?
I will say,
What's your
Sunshine is a very
thoughts on
frustrating
the
game casually.
G2 record? Oh, that
Color
game is dead.
Splash. Or no, Origami.
Honestly, if I were to give myself a shot at beating any of the 3D Mario records from the 602 games, it's Galaxy 1. And even then, that's hard. Like, 64, never going to happen. Sunshine, very unlikely. Galaxy
Well, you
2,
could get-
nobody's ever beating that record.
You could
Yeah,
get
G2's
VC
crazy.
120.
G2's insane.
Like, G2 242 and 120, like, those
Jay
categories
has
are
those
literally
on
just dead.
lock.
Yeah, those are yeah.
They're never going
I
to
don't know. I've seen runs from G2. They're something else. They're really
I
nice
will
to watch.
stand by, like, Jay's 242 is just, it's never getting beaten in my eyes. Like,
Don't think so.
it just won't happen. The only person that could beat it is Jay, and even I don't think he wants. I don't
Watch
think
me.
even he wants to beat it. 'Cause
Whoa,
it's just that
swag
good.
bullying? Swag bullying in the chat. Can we ban him real quick?
Yeah, ban this swag guy. Why is there? Oh, this is a Neo Mario Galaxy. I was
But
gonna
yeah,
say, why
I
is there
mean-
2 Mario Galaxies?
Neo Mario Galaxy?
I don't know. It's in the
ROM
Super
hack.
Mario
ROM
series
hack,
for
yeah.
some reason.
When Galaxy Zero getting on there?
I don't know.
I mean,
Why-
they got Super Mario Gravity coming out in Never.
Oh,
what
dude,
is
Gravity,
Super Mario
dude,
Gravity?
like, I kind of want to talk about those real quick. Like, those hacks, dude. Gravity, Galaxy 63, Starshine, like, those are games I want to come out already. Those are like some good ass Galaxy hacks.
See, I don't really care much for Galaxy ROM hacks because every single time that somebody has made one, it's always made with the intent of like, oh, I'm gonna make this one really hard so that Jay can play it and get mad on his stream and I can laugh at him.
That's so crazy.
It's like the mindset that every person has when making a Galaxy ROM hack, and they all suck. They're all bad. I have never seen
That's
a
why-
single good Galaxy hack.
That's why I'm hopeful for the 3 I mentioned, because those are actually gonna be like sick. Like I'm
They're-
excited.
They're not
for them.
Kaizo, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Like
holy
since
shit.
Jay just has like this monopoly on the Galaxy world, like people just want to make their ROM hacks something content for him to get mad at. Like that's literally all they make them for. And like they
Kinda
even have
sucks.
references to him in their fucking hacks. It's like you're not
Oh, it's like
fooling
Simple
anybody. Your
Flips.
hacks are bad. Like like I was watching him play this is like a year and a half ago or something. He was playing Galaxy Superstar mode. One of the worst
Oh,
hacks I've ever seen
God.
from any
That
game.
sounds terrible.
And he was in like Bowser 3 or something, and I was like, damn, this is really bad. And one of the people in his chat was like, you gotta lay off a bit. It's the person's first ROM hack. And I was like, well, maybe it should be their last as well, because
Damn.
I mean, just because it's someone's first ROM hack doesn't mean they're above criticism.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that
Like,
it's bad if I think it's bad.
like Superstar Galaxy is one of the worst things I've laid eyes on. It's just total trash.
Like there
Like,
are a lot of
most-
ROM.
most
There are a lot of
Galaxy-
ROM hacks out there like that. that are
Most
like that.
Galaxy Kaizo hacks consist of stars that are probably over 10 minutes long,
Like, oh
that
God,
rely on
Oh.
you getting like purple coins and shit, and have
Oh.
no checkpoints. So if you die at the very end,
Oh.
it's out of your control. You just have to restart the whole thing. That's literally all they are in a nutshell.
Hell no.
Jesus
However,
Christ.
Sunshine does not have that problem because Super Mario Eclipse is coming out in like late August. That's gonna
That
be
is
the greatest ROM
true.
hack.
I'm excited for that.
That's gonna be the
my-
best ROM hack ever made by anybody
Yes,
ever.
I'm excited for Eclipse.
any
I'm
game.
so hyped.
Yes, for any game.
I'm hyped for Eclipse. Like actually, oh my
I think
God.
that if people put a lot more time into it, I think Odyssey ROM hacking could be really cool.
I haven't really seen like
The only
besides
real
Superstar
Odyssey
mode, I
ROM
haven't really
hack I've
seen
seen is
anything.
Superstar mode, and that's
Yeah.
I mean,
Superstar mode's really cool.
it looks better than the Galaxy hacks, but I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
really interested in it.
That's fair.
I'd love to see more hacks of like the major 3D titles. Like I'd love to see 3D World get
The
some love.
602 or the 1862, but all games are Superstar mode.
Oh,
I
hell
would
no.
try.
What is Superstar mode for 64? Isn't it like the
ISO
mirror?
64,
I thought
Iso
that
Mario
was like the
64.
mirror mode.
And
which is
it's
like
funny.
I hate that. I hate
It's
it.
funny as hell.
I hate that hack, but yeah, it's also funny.
I've actually gotten 120 stars in Kaizo 64 twice, but I've never beaten it because Bowser in the Sky is
Yeah.
just that hard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
so
hard in the
dumb.
sense of it's bullshit. Okay,
The
so
whole
pretty
level
much you
is
need.
invisible.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Nope.
The whole-
The whole level is invisible, and you start by touching a flame, and you fall all the way down. So you have to do the whole level with 1 health while it's all invisible.
Wow.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Oh, did
Oh
I
my
mention did Odme mention that you have to grab every star in the game to even attempt Bowser 3? It's
yeah,
awesome.
you have to
Dude.
get 120. I think somebody
fucking
has
kidding
done
me?
0 star before, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they
Oh,
BLJ'd
yeah.
into the cannon and got to bits. It took a
Yeah,
while.
because
though.
you use the cannon grate to get to Bowser 3. You don't use the normal entrance. So yeah, it's so stupid. Oh my God. It's a funny hack though. I think it's funny when I watch people suffer, but when I suffer, I don't like it.
Is there
I made a level in Mario Builder 64 when that came out this week,
Ooh,
and
you...
I got to watch Simply play it. He took like 2 streams on it.
Was it like a difficult? Was it like a
Kaizo.
super difficult level? Oh
I
wait,
mean,
no, I think I saw it.
It was literally
Did
just
D
like
would ever
jumping
play it?
between trees and grabbing them for like
Did
the
D
whole
would ever
level.
play your level?
What?
I don't know if he did. He probably didn't because he
Simply
played
Simply
level
played
2.
mine. He's the only streamer I've seen play it. I think D would ever did as well.
Yeah, I think I remember him mentioning like one of your level. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's called the Tree Trials. And it's just grabbing a bunch of trees
I'll need to
with
check that
some
out.
Oh,
stuff in between.
dude, Druz
it's really
loves
goofy.
trees.
I want to fuck around with Mario Builder 64 a bit more. It's just I'm not super
Yeah.
creative, so it took me a while to come up with that level.
That's kind of real. I mean, that's kind of how levels or games like that go. Like even with Mario Maker, because you start with a blank template and you're like, okay, now what? What the fuck do I do? But like Builder 64, I'm kind of taking like a break from a little bit because like it's still pretty restrictive in what you can do. And that's mainly just because the updates haven't dropped yet, like the major updates haven't dropped yet. But
Dude, I saw Segodu's level. What the fuck? Like,
God,
it was ridiculous. Like, I tried just watching him play it, and I couldn't comprehend what was on my screen. Like, it was so absurd.
I have a really cool level that combines Battle Fort and Sunshine Isles from 64DS into like one level. It's actually pretty cool.
See, stuff like that I can't do. Like people making like all these actual like really creative like big open levels. I can't do that shit. I just place stuff over a bottomless pit and say have fun.
It's funny because I'm like not that great when it comes to 3D. Like my first level wasn't that great. Like I'm not good with 3D level making because it's a whole different axis you got to deal with. Now 2D levels I'm great with. Sign me the fuck up. But 3D levels I don't know. I'm surprised that I even came up with the Battle Isles idea. I thought
I think
I don't know.
Builder 64 is better for me just because I've played 64 so much that I know the inner workings of it and know like what you could do with specific things.
But when is Sunshine Builder?
Man, I really don't know if you'd be able to make that work as well
where
with
you
64.
can. I think it would work, but only I don't know what those levels are called. I guess secret levels where the music's like do 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 do. You know?
Yeah, they're just secret courses. Yeah.
A secret course builder would be cool, I think.
Maybe.
I was-
Okay.
I was-
Here's the
I was-
timeline of what happens. Nintendo
Hmm.
shuts down Mario Builder 64. Everyone gets really mad, and like a year later, they're like, "Hey, Mario Maker 3D coming to the Switch too."
Honestly, that
Imagine.
does sound like some shit they'd do.
Would probably somehow be worse than
But
Mario
with
Builder.
like Sunshine, Galaxy, and Odyssey.
I had like an idea a while ago of taking all of the Sunshine secret courses and like basically combining them together into one level for Mario Builder. I'm wondering how that would go, since most of the assets don't exist in 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
I'd have to improvise like a lot.
Anyhow, that is almost all the time we have. But Odme, I
Yeah, it's
just
so
have
true.
like one more question for you.
Okay.
One more.
What's next for Odme?
That's actually really tough because I don't fucking know. I think in the short term, it's like, I mean, Pace is coming up, so I'm gonna go to that, do
Oh,
my
yeah.
run of Penny, which is on June 3rd at 1 a.m. Stay up
I
for
will
it,
watch
please.
that. I will
Um,
definitely.
And then I'm gonna chill for the rest of that week, and then probably after that, it's gonna be 602 prep because I'm going to SGDQ at the end of June, and I'm gonna be actually commentating Mildew's run of Penny's Big Breakaway with Emerald
Ooh,
and King J.
King
That's gonna
J.
be fun. Yeah, I don't know how he got on comms, but
Does he
just
run
did.
that game? He was our first guest.
Yeah, it's me and Emerald are like we were the first two to sign up on comms for that run, so it's gonna
Gotcha.
be fun. And Emerald's commentating my run at Pace because he's
Okay.
telling me.
Nice.
But yeah, that's gonna happen, and then after that, the next week will just go by, and then after the 602, I don't fucking know, man. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna be focusing on life after that, like actually
Hell
getting a job.
That's kind of me as well.
I've
kinda where
noticed
I'm
the
at.
amount of like sponsored streams you've been doing.
Yeah, I needed that. I needed that sponsor money. Shout out to Stream Elements for being the fucking goat.
Bro,
and
they've been going
providing me
crazy with
like-
sponsors lately.
like, they all had base payments of like $200+, and I was like,
Wow.
yes, I need this shit. Because honestly, with Pace, it's driving distance for me, so I wasn't gonna pay that much money for Pace. GDQ is gonna make my bank account cry though, so
Right.
Oh
I
my
needed
God.
that sponsor money.
Yeah.
Because the hotel's more expensive, plus a flight, and then just a week of vacation. Like, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ugh.
Not
Right.
counting everything else you're gonna have to accommodate for.
Yeah, I got clutched up with Stream Elements, thankfully. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, hopefully after 602, I can have a consistent source of income
Yeah,
within
for
the next
sure.
like month or two after. But that'll
Yeah.
probably make streaming less frequent, which I'm not very consistent with streaming in the first place. But hopefully, leading up to the 602, I will try to be more
gonna-
consistent and get on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mario.
I'm definitely gonna lock in after the 602 as well. Just like focus on
Content
my bread up.
creation. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. All right, Odme. Well, anything you want to plug real quick before we head out?
Just follow me on Twitch and Twitter. It's both Odme_. Keep the underscore there because I'm never getting Twitch partner, which will help me remove it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I have a YouTube channel, but I barely do anything with it. Yeah, next week, or probably, I mean, as of this recording, next week I'll be doing probably more Penny and maybe slip some Mario in there just
Yeah.
as one last push before Pace happens.
This will come out on Tuesday, so I think that's the 28th.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably do some streams after Tuesday then.
All
It
right.
depends on how far I get in Thousand Year Door. I
Yeah.
could still be sucked into this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pace
I
is-
have like the
I definitely
Yeah.
need Pace to get here just so I can chill.
almost there. Almost there. Just another week.
Just a
Alrighty,
week
yeah.
away.
Thanks for watching the JLB Podcast.
Yeah.
I've been Joker. He's been Needle. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Remember, you can join the Discord and watch these live. Listen to them live.
Do it. Do
Do
it
it.
right now.
Thanks
Join
for watching.
right
Thanks,
now.
thanks for listening. You're the best. You're the GOAT.